the Galaxy Note 9. Samsung's new flagship phablet is here today, and in this video, let's unbox it and take a close look. Hey guys, Ash here from C4E Tech. As always, card to a monthly giveaway, links in the description below. And while you're down there, click that bell icon, become part of a notification squad. Let's now get started. This video is brought to you by Bezzel. For an amazing thin wireless charger with fast charge support, check out the Bezzel Futura X, link in the description below. It's all about the S Pen this time, right? Let's remove the plastic, pulling it out, opening up the box. We first have a SIM ejector tool, then the regular booklets including SAR information for those who want it. Then there's a case. Finally, the Note 9 itself. Removing the plastic, it's quite reminiscent of the Galaxy Note 8, but let's talk more about that in a bit. The case fits well. It's needed for a phone with a glass back, right? We then have an adaptive fast charger, a USB Type-C OTG adapter, a pair of AKG earphones with replaceable ear tips, replaceable tips for the S Pen, and a USB Type-C cable. It's worth mentioning that there is no micro USB to Type-C converter anymore. I guess Samsung feels that Type-C has become a standard right now, so fair enough. Just like the Galaxy S9, the Galaxy Note 9 also retains the 3.5mm headphone jack at the bottom. Here you can find the USB Type-C port, the primary microphone, speaker, and the all-new S Pen. The power button is located to the right. Up top, we get the noise-cancelling microphone and a hybrid tray, so you can use either two SIMs or a SIM with a micro SD card. The volume rockers and a dedicated Bixby key are located to the left. Samsung is still sticking with a hardware key for Bixby, not remappable. To the back, we have similar dual 12-megapixel cameras as the last time, but the secondary sensor now has a variable aperture, like the one on the Galaxy S9 Plus. The heart rate sensor and fingerprint scanner return. The fingerprint scanner has now been moved lower, which is a welcome move, should have come a long time ago in my opinion. To the front, on top, we have the notification LED, sensors, earpiece, and an 8-megapixel front-facing camera along with the iris scanner. There's no notch here, so notch haters can be happy. Samsung did not follow that trend. It's just like with the Note 8. There is one small change this time. This display, it's still Super AMOLED, it's still 18.5 by 9, an infinity panel. It's still amazing to look at with excellent colors, high brightness levels, perfect viewing angles, but it's 6.4 inches now instead of 6.3 on the Note 8. Not really noticeable, but when you put the Note 9 side by side with the Note 8, the Note 9 is actually fractionally shorter, but wider and a little thicker even. It's also a few grams heavier, not that you're really gonna notice it given the even distribution of weight. It's all easily forgivable since Samsung's packed in a 4000 mAh battery this time. Ever since the Galaxy Note 7 issues, Samsung has been a little cautious with the battery. They even cut the capacity last year. But I'm glad to see Samsung moving past the Note 7. Finally, this 4000 mAh battery was required. Now, other specs include a Snapdragon 845 chip or Exynos 9810 inside. India gets the Exynos variant, by the way. There are two variants, 6128 and 8512. So 128 is the base variant. Thank you, Samsung. Note that this time Samsung's added water carbon cooling and also a heat spreader that's 3 times the size of its predecessor to avoid throttling and sustain peak performance longer. Now, before we jump to software, let me sum up my thoughts on the build and hardware. So we've got flagship internals, no compromises like micro SD, dual SIM, headphone jack, fast charging, fast wireless charging, a stereo speaker experience. That's all there. Yes, the earpiece does double as a speaker. Throw in Gorilla Glass 5 to the front and back, IP68 water and dust resistance, a super high capacity battery, and Samsung's managed to do all that with this phone. I mean, I'm not gonna call it small, it's not. It's a phablet. The Note series has always been big. It doesn't feel like a freak of a phone is what I'm trying to say. The screen to body ratio is still good. It feels nice and premium in hand, slippery and big, yes, but as comfortable as a phone this size with a glass sandwich design can be. Anyway, with that said, let's move on to software. We've got Samsung Experience 9.5 built on top of Android 8.1 Oreo. Most of the software features are familiar to anyone who's used or even seen Galaxy S9 coverage. We've got Samsung Pay, the iris scanner does its thing, a little slow but very accurate even under low light. The fingerprint scanner in its new location feels better than ever on a Samsung phone. All that said, the new features here are mainly with the S Pen. The S Pen this time around has Bluetooth LE support, so there's a tiny battery in this guy, and it lets you do things like launch the camera, swap cameras, take a picture. It can also be programmed to do a lot more too, like for example launching different apps or controlling certain different apps as well. And of course, all the existing functionality from last year, they all return, so you're not losing out on anything. And by the way, the S Pen can be charged in 40 seconds, so it should last 200 clicks or so, and after that you would still use a regular S Pen. But if you need all the extra features, just put it in. 40 seconds later you can have it back. You can go back to controlling playback, presenting stuff and whatnot. And now I'm sure you know what this means, right? This is the part where we talk optics. The Note 9 retains the same cameras from the S9 Plus. And as a refresher, these are two 12 megapixel sensors to the back, both with OIS. One's got a regular lens while the other's got a telephoto lens giving you optical zoom. Now, these are things we've seen before on the Note 8 too. What's new here is variable aperture. The primary camera can switch between f1.5 and f2.4 depending on what the scene needs. For a more in-depth look into variable aperture, here's a card to some in-depth testing we did for the S9 Plus. Anyway, as you guys can see, the Note 9 does really well with its cameras. This time Samsung's also added some AI functionality like scene detection and also flaw detection. So basically, if the Note thinks you've blinked or if the camera lens is smudged or the image is shaky, it would let you know. Now, I don't usually talk video in an unboxing, but couldn't help but test out the cameras here as expected. They are amazing, 4K 60 FPS in all its glory. I'm happy to see Samsung still retain optical zoom and OIS on the second camera. Not a lot of brands are doing optical zoom anymore, so it's nice to see Samsung not follow trends but actually try to set them. Now, before we get to price, here are a few more camera samples. Now, the price is where my excitement kind of goes down. The Note 9 is priced at 68,000 rupees in India. It makes sense, yes, given that the S9 Plus is at 64, you can't really expect it to be priced lower, since the storage alone is something that tier 1 brands charge a lot more for. The S9 Plus comes with 64 gigs of storage, this comes with 128. But still, the price is 68k, right? Anyway, I'll have more to say in my full review. As always, I get a little excited for the notes. I like this series a lot. So what do you think? Is this something you'd buy if you're in the market for a phone and budget wasn't an issue? Let me know all you think in the comments below. So guys, before we're done, a quick shout out to our sponsor Bezalel. Bezalel makes some cool smartphone accessories, including this wireless charger, the Futura X. It works with all smartphones that support the Qi standard charging, like Galaxy Note 9 that you're seeing in this video, or the iPhone 10. It's super thin with a milled aluminum base and a glimmering acrylic top. It exudes elegance, and it's not just the looks, there's a built-in cooling system and fast wireless charging support, 15 watts, so it's as efficient as it's elegant. Additionally, Bezalel's Latitude cases offer magnetic alignment that guides your phone to the optimal charging spot each time. The case itself is quite sweet, soft to touch and easy on the eyes. So overall, great products from Bezalel. I'll leave a link to them in the description below. Do check them out. And now it's time of video due. Vote this video down. If you hated it, give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Comment if you have something more to say. Subscribe if you haven't yet. If you've already subscribed, hit that bell icon to make sure you get notified every time a new video goes live here on C4eTech. If anyone you know, friends or family are interested in the Note 9, please do share this video with them. And I guess that's it. Thanks a lot for watching. Till next time, my name's Ash. You've been watching C4eTech. And I'm signing off for now. You guys have a great day. Bye-bye.